Listen, this was a big one. We could have seen UFC history with a guy holding 3 different belts in 3 different weight classes. We see a guy like Ciryl Gane coming off a massive kind of cluster with the Tom Aspinall fight. We all know how good he is. He had so much respect for Alex Pereira. I thought that was incredible. I thought the showmanship that they both had for each other was great. Alex Pereira is a complete dog. TJ, I'm gonna kick this off with Khalil actually, but Khalil, we talked about the
TJ. I'm actually gonna kick this off with Khalil.
Yeah, Khalil, why don't you? Because
TJ, shut the fuck up.
Actually, no, because I was, but I'm sure Khalil has some stuff to say. He knows Alex Pereira personally, and I figured that would be a better way to start it off. Khalil, what did you see?
I don't know. I think from the start, I was not really impressed with a lot of the stuff, like Alex's footage. I remember like training and preparing for that guy and watching him hit pads and stuff. And I had a whole different like emotional response. You know what I mean? I was like, damn,
in
this
what
guy, in a way of like, okay, yeah, this guy's sharp. This guy's dangerous. This guy's cutting good angles. And then I've seen him hitting pads and stuff as a heavyweight and training as a heavyweight. And I was like, it wasn't the same thing.
Made him look more human?
He didn't look as dangerous. He didn't look as fast, as sharp, as like lethal as he can be. So I didn't have a lot of hope that he'd win this fight. Like when people were asking me about this fight, I really couldn't bet the house on Alex.
I was very convinced that Ciryl Gane was going to win this one quite comfortably. Pereira's great, so it's not a knock on him. There's a reason why people don't become 3 weight division champions, and certainly jumping up to heavyweight. And I think a lot of the time, not taking away from his skill, but he has that intimidation factor.
Yeah.
That's gone against someone like Ciryl Gane that can hit just as hard, that can take the shots, that's also probably naturally bigger, who's a better athlete, who's quicker, who's very, very light on the feet and way faster. I thought this is a very, very tough matchup for Alex Pereira. So I was quite confident in that pick.
Nice.
TJ, what did you think?
I think it comes down to Pereira put too much effort into gaining too much weight. Like he really, I don't think he needed to get that big. I think roughly walking around like 230, which probably would have felt good anyways. He's a lot slower. And to Khalil's point, I was watching footage that he would release. He does it all the time. He releases like sparring footage into it. Like, yeah, he looks like a killer when he did in the past. And I've seen some getting ready for this fight, him releasing stuff, and he just looks slow. He's getting hit too much, and like it just didn't look good.
Gane looks huge, dude.
I mean, he drops him. He drops him with a
like
jab,
a man, like a big fucking man.
And fair play to Pereira because he showed a lot of courage here and bravery because he gets dropped and he works back to his feet after taking a lot of shots. And even when he fully disengages and back on the feet, Ciryl Gane hits hard, and he landed a lot of flush shots after this. When he gets back to the feet, still didn't actually go down. Kind of fell into the fence. So like the man's got the heart of a lion, whatever terminology or expression you want to use. He's got all of that, and I've got nothing negative to say. But it was just a bridge too far.
That brings me to this point right here. If you look at the fight, so I paused it. When Ciryl Gane is on top of Alex Pereira, we see a lot of footage coming out from the internet saying he was getting hit in the back of the head. I'm going to pull up the footage real quick of Alex Pereira himself talking about it. And I actually want you guys to just tell me what you think of this, because it seems to me like Alex Pereira was very unhappy this morning when he woke up. And you do not want to piss off Shama under what I've seen.
You lose, you're always going to find an excuse.
So here we go. This is Alex Pereira.
Those are
He
good
said
shots.
if it weren't for those punches in that situation.
Those are hit on the side of the head.
He's saying when the jab landed, I fell and I grabbed his legs, throwing elbows and punches. And then it's like the guy's desperate. He landed a punch that he couldn't even believe. And then he wanted to end the fight no matter what. The ref was watching there. The guy hits me and I fall. He starts throwing punches. The guy sees it. It's an illegal hit. How am I going to stop this fight, bro? It's against the
I
rules.
didn't know he said all this.
This is this morning. This is this morning.
This is crazy.
Yes.
He landed a shot that he didn't believe. He landed a lot of shots.
I warned him beforehand, but the guy doesn't have the guts. The man, a real man. You hit the guy, you're right there, and then you're hitting him every which way. Come on, you can't see it? Man, look at Anka Live's case. It was different position, but I blitzed him and landed illegal. So this is basically me reading what Alex Pereira said this morning in obviously Portuguese, and I'm reading a translation.
I'm very surprised to hear this from him.
And
he's got a good look.
And now he's showing, let's go one at a time, but now he's showing, here you go, Bisbing, he's showing all the lower angles of the head that you were talking about. Bisping, you've been very critical about this. We just got
I
off
haven't
the
been
phone
critical
with
about it.
Herb
I've
Dean.
been very factual.
Factual is the right word. Yep.
Yeah.
So we just got off the phone with Herb Dean. Why don't you break it to everybody?
Yeah, because you're still currently a fighter. I'm not sure what your deal is. You're doing something every
He's
weekend.
a side quest. He's a side quest.
We'll say
commander.
we're all fighters, right? And we've all had those referee meetings. But I just coached the Ultimate Fighter, so we did like 16 fights. So I sat through it every single time, and they go
How many
on
times
and
did
on.
you coach Ultimate Fighter? Was it the
Three.
second? Three, yeah.
Three. But just doing it recently, and I remember this part, what he's talking about when they come in and warn about the back of the head. The back of the head, because when people hear that back of the head, they think it's the back of the head. It's not the back of the head. It's the nape of the neck where the hairline meets the top of the skull. It's right there because that's the dangerous part where the brain stem meets the vertebrae, the spine. That's the only part. This is not the back of the head. That is not the back of the head.
Herb Dean
That
said
is
it's
not
this
the back of the
connection.
head.
It's called a
It's that.
conjunction point.
The way they describe it every time he puts his hand there and said, that's it. Everywhere else is legal. So the terminology is wrong. So because fans hear back of the head and think that this is the back of the head, that came over from boxing, and they,
So I remember when we were fighting, though, they always told us like you had to have like a piece of the ear in the punch. That has now changed, though, right?
Yes,
Yes,
that's changed.
It used
It's
to be
been
like
changed
where you
for
have
years.
to like be able to hit something on the ear, but now that's changed.
Yeah, remember back in the day they used to call it the mohawk.
Yeah.
Remember, like
What is that for people
so
that don't know?
back in the day, like when I first became a professional, TJ's at the height, Mike's still fighting. They used to come and give these instructions, and they would say anything like at the ears and down here, like a mohawk area behind the head,
Got it.
was off limits.
Got it.
But then years passed, and then that rule changed, and it became just the nape of the neck, like these guys are saying that Herb said. Like,
And it's
also, go on.
I think it's also different when you hurt somebody too, and you're in that moment of like they're rocked and you're trying to finish the fight. We're fighting basically to the death, to the brink of death.
Yeah, no.
This is not. It's not like he's on his back, like in a back control, and his head's exposed, and he goes straight for the back. He rocked him, he put him down, and he was working his way around.
Yeah.
And the guy's getting rocked back and forth. You want that finish? You're at the
So are
white
you
house.
okay
The
with
belt is on the line.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
There's a
because
lot more to it. It's not just a shot from the back, like when he's on his back, like he's not
You're not
targeting.
targeting the back of the
Yeah,
head.
not
That's what
targeting.
I was going to say because they also say if
You have
you
to
throw a
target.
blow and it's there, but it's a moving target. When I threw it, it was legal. But because Pereira was moving around and scrambling and showing, the warrior spirit and trying to get back up, you're a moving target. So sometimes shit might go a little bit south.
Yeah.
But that's not Cyril Gahn's fault. And it's not Pereira's fault. You're fighting.
yeah.
So Alex Pereira is saying it's in the rule books. It's illegal. It's a bad shot. You don't have the guts to be a real man and hit me the right way.
I mean,
it's an emotional response.
This is emotional.
This is a bad look. Listen, I know he's got so many fans. Sunday morning. What am I saying? My hotel room, what floor was I on? I was on the 11th floor. I'm sitting there having coffee in the room with my wife. We just heard Shama, like thousands of people outside downstairs at the hotel because he walked out the lobby and there were thousands of them and it was so loud, 11 floors up, and we looked out and we could see him all. So he's super popular. So I'm not saying this to shit on the guy and offend them all, but this is a bad look. He's emotional, he's pissed off, he's disappointed. He was beaten fair and square.
Got it.
Yeah.
So he's saying this guy's desperate. He landed a punch that he couldn't even believe. Obviously, this is emotional from him. We do know how good Alex Perry is, but we're all in the same agreement that the punches were not illegal.
Well, the jab that dropped him,
was as clean as it gets.
is as clean as
Got
it
it.
gets.
Okay,
and
cool.
the shots on the feet.
Just asking to get a consensus.
What do you think? Do you think he was...
I thought it was a beautiful performance by Cyril Gahn. He's one of the most dangerous heavyweights I've ever seen. Moving like that, I don't see anybody throwing that much power, that much movement, and that much skill. He mixed it up so well between the shots and the kicks and everything he was doing was to a T perfect.